Hey there, the guy currently fixing his hair in front of the screen or trying to get those gains at the gym. Welcome to the Elite Talent Recruitment Center of the Great Zhou Empire. I'm your career mentor. The topic we're diving into today might send a chill down your spine, but at the same time, leave you irresistibly curious how to skillfully dodge the pitfalls and successfully land a position in Empress Wu Zetian's Fengshan Palace as the most dazzling male concubine star in the 7th century. Before you get ready to travel back in time, you must understand who your boss is, Wu Zetian, the only legitimate female emperor in Chinese history. She was already 7 when she ascended the throne, but this doesn't mean she was looking for a retirement lifestyle. On the contrary, she officially crowned herself emperor only after decades of holding the pinnacle of power. So, if you think looking like a Hollywood star is enough to win her over, you're sadly mistaken. What you need to understand is that Wu Zetian didn't care much about mere looks. She saw what she needed in every man. The success of every male concubine had its own unique secret. You might think fate or luck played a big part in it, but in reality, everything was the result of a clever blend of opportunity and wisdom. Now, you stand on the majestic Zhukwei Street of Luoyang, the capital of the Tang dynasty, in the year 7th century. In front of you is the imposing Yingtian Gate. Behind you lies a humble background eager to turn things around. You want to cross that threshold and become the one who holds the ear of the most powerful woman in the empire. This is not just a physical gamble. It's an extreme marathon involving intellect, stamina, and endurance. Step 1. Immediately abandon the image of the weak scholar. In the aesthetics of the Tang dynasty, especially in Wu Zetian's personal taste, she had a strong preference for handsome and robust men. You need to go through intense physical training to significantly increase muscle mass, making your shoulders wide enough to carry the layers of silk, providing the elderly empress with a primal sense of physical security. Step 2. Don't try to please the righteous court officials, who will just see you as a freak. You need to seek out the royal relatives and courtiers eager to rise through unconventional means. Your core objective is to infiltrate the palace of the princess, the daughter of Emperor Gaozu of Tang. She is terrified due to the massacre of the Li family. You must prove to her that you are the one who can offer the empress the ultimate ransom money to save her and her entire family. Step 3. After entering the palace, don't present yourself as a commoner or a thug, as that will lower the empress's political taste. You need a double disguise. 1. Religious disguise. Immediately shave your head and become a monk. You'll gain the legal pass to enter and exit the inner palace 24/7 under the guise of chanting and praying for blessings. 2. Aristocratic facade. Change your surname to Xue and forcefully claim Xue Shao, the husband of Princess Taiping, as your uncle. Through this absurd forced kinship, you will smooth over the gap between you and the officials. When they try to call you lowly, they will find out you're listed in the same family tree as the royal family. Step 4. Once inside the palace, absolutely avoid staying only in the chambers. You must actively volunteer to supervise the construction of the Mingtang and Tiantang, 2 grand halls. Infrastructure projects mean enormous budgets, and through overseeing these, you can set up your underground bank and private network of interests. More importantly, you need to collaborate with the Buddhist community to create the Daiyun Sutra, declaring that Wu Zetian is the reincarnation of Maitreya Buddha. Once you become the Empress's spiritual mentor, this soul connection will be irreplaceable by anyone else. Step 5. Don't appear too clever nor too foolish. You need to find the balance between wild, primal vitality and absolute worship of the Empress. Wu Zetian spent her entire life defending against betrayal. She was in the winter of power, surrounded by scheming. She didn't need another politician. She needed a man who seemingly exists purely because of his devotion to her. Step 6. As you enter middle age and the Empress reaches her twilight years, you must realize that the life cycle of a male concubine is like that of a commodity. You must use expensive cosmetics, take longevity pills to maintain a rosy complexion, and even set the fashion trends of the Tang dynasty. The vitality you exhibit, like a lotus blossom, will be the only solace the aging Empress has against the anxiety of death. You must turn yourself into a symbol, a totem that makes the Empress feel, as long as you're here, she's still young. Step 7. Even if you wield great power, you must outwardly show respect to the chancellors and generals, avoiding direct confrontations with the civil officials. Politically, don't fully align with the Wu family or entirely support the Li family. You must play the balance between the two factions, making them both feel that you can be bought. If you maintain humility, even in the event of a coup, you will be among the last to be targeted. Remember, power can be monopolized, but it cannot be absolute. When you successfully follow these 7 steps, congratulations. You are no longer an ordinary person. You have made the leap from a common individual to a rare resource of the empire. From this point, what you'll face is not how to rise, but something even more brutal. How long can you survive in this position? Because before you, there have been others who have walked this same path. They are your peers, your templates, and your warnings. Some reached the pinnacle, while others met a tragic end. The difference lies not in the starting point, but in, did you cross the line? Case 1. Xue Huaiyi, Feng Xiaobao. Feng Xiaobao's success almost perfectly hit the core logic of the 7 steps outlined earlier. He came from humble origins, but had the handsome and robust physical attributes. Through the princess, he used her as a springboard to connect with resources. Once in the palace, he not only provided physical value, but quickly filled the political function gap. He oversaw the renovation of the White Horse Temple and the construction of the Ming Tang and Tian Tang, directly tying himself to national projects. More crucially, he helped fabricate the Daiyun Sutra, elevating Wu Zetian to a legitimate heavenly mandate. At this moment, he was no longer just a male concubine, but a tool plus narrative plus extension of power composite. The problem arose in the later stages, when he began to see himself as the irreplaceable core asset, even burning down the Ming Tang out of jealousy for a new favorite. He went from being an asset to a liability. The Empress could tolerate your greed, your arrogance, but she would never tolerate you damaging the instruments of her reign. At this moment, his fate was already sealed. Case 2. The Zhang Brothers, Zhang Changzong and Zhang Yiji. If Xue Huaiyi represents the power route, then the Zhang Brothers took the atmospheric route. They didn't rely on violent disruption, nor participate in heavy infrastructure projects. Instead, they provided Wu Zetian with emotional value in her later years: music, poetry, aesthetics, and companionship. They turned themselves into a lifestyle. As Wu Zetian aged, this value became more stable and enduring. Later on, they even controlled the flow of information, creating a structure similar to an information echo chamber. Ministers wanting to meet the Empress had to go through them, but they made a fatal mistake. They mistook influence for power. When they tried to meddle in successive issues involving the crown prince and the throne, they directly touched the bottom line of the entire bureaucratic system. When the Shenlong coup broke out, no one spoke on their behalf, because they were no longer tools, but threats. Case 3. Shen Nanqiu. Shen Nanqiu was almost the other extreme. He didn't fight, didn't form factions, didn't seek power. He did just one thing. He provided service to the extreme, diagnosing, adjusting, accompanying, soothing emotions. He was like a standardized, high-level employee. The advantage of this path was safety. He was almost never targeted for purging. But the problem was obvious. His irreplaceability was too low. He didn't have his own resource network, nor any political value anchors. Once the Empress lost interest, or if his health deteriorated, historical records suggest he died suddenly from excessive medicine, he would be quickly replaced. He didn't die tragically, but he didn't leave a lasting position either. So, you'll notice a pattern. In this system, if you're too weak, you get eliminated. If you're too strong, you get purged. Being too human makes you the most dangerous. The ones who truly survive are those who are just useful enough, but don't overstep. Wu Zetian was not just a boss, she was the will of an entire era. Among her favorites, you could experience the grandeur of the highest power, each person winning her favor through different methods, identities, and talents. But they also had to bear the fear of an abyss. As these male concubines, some died from arrogance, others from exhaustion, and some from greed. Many ultimately failed in the power struggles and lost their lives. So, if you really did travel back to the first year of Tianshu, facing the Empress sitting on the dragon throne, overlooking everything under heaven, would you choose to shout on the streets like Feng Xiaobao, selling medicine? Or would you straighten your clothes and step onto the red carpet, which is lined with flowers and swords? To establish yourself in the world of power, aside from charm, intelligence, and timing, maintaining a clear head, cautious political strategies, and appropriate distance are essential. Even a favorite must remain constantly aware of the power struggles, avoiding excessive dependence on favor and power, lest they lose themselves. All right, that concludes today's lesson. If you still want to apply for a position, don't forget to bring your insurance policy. If you have any creative ideas about entering the palace, feel free to leave a comment. Class dismissed.